What's going on, everybody? It's Darian. Today I'm going to be talking about my still very much in the works of being upgraded P-365 XL Romeo. Now, it's no different than the rest of the XLs outside the fact that it was cut for the Romeo optic, the Romeo Zero optic that Sig sells, not the Romeo Zero Elite, which is actually a different optic that has front and rear sights that are almost suppressor height sights. Goodness, say that three times fast. So either way, I'm almost done with it. Here it is. I have another video that I shot. It's not uploaded yet. That will obviously have uploaded before this one because it just makes sense that way. But so here it is. Here is my new everyday carry. This is my Sig P-365 XL that has been swapped out as far as the grip module. I actually have a light, the TLR-7 Sub, and the Holosun 507K with the green dot and not the red. Other than that, no internals are changed out, no trigger jobs, no extended slide locks, magazine releases, anything like that. For the most part, I can manipulate this firearm as I need. There is no magazine in it. I'll go ahead and show that it is clear. I am going to be showing magazines and actual ammo, but I'm not going to, put it in with the firearm. But if I felt like it, that's my prerogative. I'm a grown man, and you're watching me through a TV screen or mobile screen, whatever. But I want to talk about my upgrades and why. I carried a full-size Glock for a number of years and thought that's what I needed to do. Then I carried my Glock 19. Then I carried a full-size Sig M18 P320 compact. And I started going into the weeds of, all these different scenarios that almost never happened. And for the longest time, I carried firearms with no lights. None whatsoever. Then it came to my realization, I need a light for a lot of reasons. And obviously I'm about to be a law enforcement officer. They all have lights and they train with lights all the time, daytime or nighttime. And I came across this video because I was looking for a holster. Now that I do have this setup right here, I was looking for a holster for this because the holster I did have was from Essential Holsters, which you cannot use a light on it. So that really sucked. And I was like, you know what? I need a light. So I looked at Tier 1 Concealment, who I already have a holster set up through, the Axis Elite, I believe, for my M18. I do conceal carry that. I still currently carry that because this one hasn't been sighted in yet. This optic has not been sighted in yet. I'll do that later tonight. I tried to do it earlier today, but the range was way too crowded for me, so I decided to leave and come back later tonight and get this sighted in before I do the responsible thing and carry it. It has to be sighted in. I don't want to just put it on there and start spraying bullets in the event I ever had to. I want to know what I'm doing. But I came across, as I was looking on YouTube, like you are now, I saw a video about somebody with their Sig holster. They also had a Tier 1 conceal holster, so I'm already like, yeah, that's fine, I have one. Now these are the comment section, and this is exactly what I said in a previous video that you probably didn't watch or won't watch, about how the Second Amendment is divided, and for no good reason whatsoever, none. And so I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now, the actual screenshot of the video of his firearm in the holster. Now the comments read like this. Bear with me. I never understood why people pack their lights on their guns in the daytime. This dude is ready for war with his $2,500 helmet. Laugh out loud. Now, that's dumb. In my opinion, that's a really stupid statement. And then of course, right behind him, or at all really. Nothing like shining your light to let everyone know where you at. Not where you are at, where you at. Even dumber than the first one was, he said pack it in the daytime. This guy's saying at all. Then next, I never understood why people take a $500 gun, make it a $1,000+ gun, when they should have spent all that money on ammo and training. A dude who can shoot will own them with a $300 gun, no matter how many upgrades they get. There is nothing but keyboard warrior throughout all of that. I know some excellent shooters. A $300 gun is still a $300 gun no matter who's holding it. Can you use fundamentals and still hit somebody with a $300 gun? Absolutely. But to use that same analogy to say, hey, there's a really crappy car out here, and then there's a race car. Well, you don't have to be a race car driver to still smoke somebody if you're in the right equipment. And I didn't understand that. And so some other people were saying, and this is where I agree with, and I fall into this category, and maybe some of you do as well. The amount of people who don't know the importance of having a light on their gun, especially their carry gun, baffles me. Oh, and why would you take it on or off on your handgun? Train with it and get used to it. Stop with the revolver boomer thinking. And then another guy says, well, we're waiting for you to enlighten us. Well, considering most people aren't outside in the sun all day and go inside buildings most of the day with little to no natural lighting, that's a good reason, I think. So you should really think things through a little. Plus, that helmet is awesome. I wish I could have one just for shits and giggles. So when it came to optics on firearms and stuff like that, I've seen some forum stuff on Reddit where people are talking about putting a magwell on a gun. It's like putting lipstick on a pig, all this other stuff. I personally don't care how someone runs their firearm. I will say sometimes the setup they currently have may not be the best for what their application is. So stating that, I just upgraded my firearm 3 times all at once in a previous video. So all at once I did 3 upgrades to it. I changed the grip module, which is not that big of an upgrade, but as far as texture and grip itself, it is. Then I added a light, which I can tell you right now, based on my palm swell, how big my hands are, it is easy for me to activate this light, but it's not as comfortable as I'm gonna get that I'm used to on my M18. I'm used to activating it with my finger, but my finger goes well past the area of where I would have to push this in. So I use my thumb, my support hand thumb, to activate the light. And that's fine, but now I also have the Holo 7 green dot on here, which yes, is still off for now, until I get it sighted in. So all 3 of those upgrades for me made sense. Why the light? A lot of people are gonna sit here like you've seen and say, why put a light on a firearm? Well, I don't know how many times where you live at, you've been in absolute darkness because of a power outage. And a lot of people will say, here's an EDC dump. You know what I mean? They'll have their firearm, they'll have their knife, they'll have their, chapstick, whatever it may be, an actual handheld light, and something else. I've seen some crazy stuff on people's EDC, their cell phone. But that weapons light acts as another light as well. There are times where you might want people to know where you are. I also get the fact that you walking around with that, like I walked around with this P-365 Romeo with no light for over 1.5 years. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but now that I actually added the light to it, people thinking there is something wrong with adding a light to your gun, I think that's the problem. You need a light to see stuff. I could go to Walmart at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's a bright sunny day outside, but I'm now inside the building. What if the lights go out in that building? What if there's a normal power outage? It doesn't even have to be terrorist type power outage. It could just be a natural disaster. It could be a fluke. It could be some power surge. Well, shit, not only that, I could take the light off if I'd like to and just walk around with the light. I don't have to have it mounted directly to my weapon, because if I'm in complete darkness, I can use my cell phone for light. I can shine it on there, and then I can walk around and hand hold it like a normal light if I need to. Or I can still use it to identify threats in the event that scenario came into play where I absolutely needed to still utilize the firearm and have a light. No matter what time of day it is, it could always be dark where you are. So I think those are some of the stupidest arguments I've seen online about people thinking that you should spend more money on ammo, more money on training. They don't even ask the fact that this guy may already have a lot of ammo. Me personally, I already have a lot of ammo, both training ammo and ammo for defense. I already have a lot of it. I've been trained quite a bit. Matter of fact, I was a firearms instructor. I was a trainer. I'm not the best at it, but I'm not bad. So at this point, if I buy a light, someone's gonna say, well, you need more training and more ammo and more this. It's like, well, I have enough ammo. And now I'm gonna train myself with the light on it, not just to train. And giving somebody who can shoot a $300 gun means absolutely nothing. Nothing to me at all. But I get their logic of trying to say that it's the shooter and not the firearm or the tool, and there's some truth to back that up. But I'll tell you right now, having the better gear will always help you out. Always help you out. I don't care what anybody says. Like I said, I can put two people who know how to drive. One is trained as a racer and one is just an everyday driver. Let me put the everyday driver in a 600 horsepower car and the racer in a 300 horsepower car. That racer is still going to lose. It's just the way it is, especially on a straight like, you know, dig. Either way, so that's that. So either way, thanks for watching the video at this point. If you haven't subscribed, please consider if you'd like. I have two things that I just bought. Shush. Those are my dogs. The other day, because I do conceal carry this firearm, and if you don't know anything, the Sig P-365 XL comes stock or standard with a 12-round magazine. Yes, these are real bullets in it. Like I said, I don't mind. I'm not about to put it in my firearm. And then I also have the extended 12, or not 12, the 15-round magazine as well, with more defense ammo, different types of defense ammo in it. And I just recently bought this from Magguts. So from Magguts, this just came in today. I have the +2 for each one of these. Now I'm gonna do this off camera, obviously, because I'm probably definitely gonna get flustered with this. And then I'll probably come back and tell you, like, does it actually fit that amount of rounds in it the way I see? So taking this firearm to a 17+1 as an EDC is an amazing thing to do. Putting this next to my Glock 17, my full-size Glock 17, this is going to be completely, in my opinion, a much better platform for what I'm actually trying to do. Less of a footprint on my person, and obviously a lot smaller to conceal if need be. So either way, I got these things from Magguts. I've heard about them when I was on the range. Once again, helping be an instructor, I heard from another person about Magguts, how they actually have the +2 in their SIG as well. So once again, think about the things that people do on their upgrades and their application for it. That's my quick video for the day. I'll probably do a complete other video on this. I know I said I was gonna do it off camera, but I'm not gonna come back on camera because you already would probably have clicked off by that point. So either way, this is Darian and I'm out. Peace.